It is January 1st, so let's talk goals for 2018. Every year I write down my goals, I keep track, I go back at the end of the year and see what I did right and see what I did wrong. And last year I had just too many goals, and I think this year I'm going to keep it more simple. So this year I only have 4 goals, but each goal is very important and it's something I can focus on throughout the whole year. So I think it'll be a better year as far as goals go. So these are in order. Goal number 1, I'm going to do a century per week. This is my 6th year doing it. I still love it, and you know, it's just a fun thing to do. Keeps me in shape all year. And the reason I put it number 1 is basically because it's really the most satisfying thing I do all year, because it's a year-long commitment. It takes a little bit of planning, a lot of determination, and a little bit of luck too, because you know, there's sometimes I only have 1 day to get it in, and if the weather is really terrible, you never know what may happen. But now that I live here in Alamogordo, it's very unlikely that anything like that will happen. So should be a good year for that. Just hope I don't have any injuries or anything like that that could derail it. So number 2 is, as you may know, one of my longer term goals is to ride a century in all 50 states. And right now I'm sitting at 30. And for the last 2 years, I've been kind of slacking on that goal and missed the goal both years. So this year is very important to me. I set the goal at 7 because 2 years ago it was 5. Didn't make that. So last year I upped it to 6, hoping that that's like a symbolic thing. Hey, you need to do 1 more just to remind me how important it was. So this year I'm doing that again to 7. But another reason it's 7 is because if I do the next goal I'm talking about, that will get me 2 new states, and then I can just add 5 extra ones on top of that. So I want to get more states in and get closer and closer to that 50, because I've been kind of slacking off for the past 2 years. All right, and then number 3, a very big, very important goal, is I want to finish a Trans Am bike race in June, and I want to do that in 20 days or less. So that's the biggest, toughest goal as far as physical challenge wise. That I don't know for sure that I can do it, you know, and that's what's exciting about it. That's what makes it fun. That's what gives me something to push for the whole first half of the year. So I'm really looking forward to that. As you may know, originally I wanted to do 80 pack, didn't get in, still mad about that. But that's a rant for another day. There's a tiny chance I could make it in as an alternate, but I doubt it. All right, and then number 4 is I want to do an Everest this year, and the segment I want to do is a climb up to Cloudcroft, which I'll leave a link in the video description for that segment. And I've done 5 Everests so far. Last year I did Monitor. I really thought that was going to be my last one ever. But you know how that goes. I'm going to be back for more, because as soon as I moved out here, started doing that climb up to Cloudcroft on a regular basis. It's really the perfect long climb. It's around 14 miles, so it's pretty long. So there's low reps, but it's never all that steep. And for some reason, I don't really feel the elevation at the top, even though it is above 8,000 feet. For whatever reason, like, I always felt like I did at Mount Rose, but I don't feel it here, so I don't know what the difference is. And you know, the descent is not that tricky, so it's really kind of an ideal climb, and the weather should be good, especially in the spring or the fall. So I may do that. I probably the best idea is to do that in the spring as part of training for the Trans Am. So look forward to that. Those are my 4 goals. Century per week. I want to do 7 new states. I want to do a Trans Am in 20 days or less, and I want to do an Everest up to Cloudcroft. And you know, along the way I may think of other things that I want to do, but I'm just going to keep those as sort of extra shorter term goals so I don't have a lot of clutter on my list. I usually do a yearly mileage goal, which I'm not really concerned about this year, but it's usually 12,000 miles, which if I do all of my goals, I'll hit 12,000 miles no problem. So it's kind of a thing I want to do in the back of my mind, but not really a goal. There you have it, my goals for this year. I will see you in December. I'll tell you how it all went. Otherwise, stay tuned. You'll see my videos every week, and I'll try to take as many videos as I can on the Trans Am. And obviously, if I do an Everesting, I always make a video of that. So keep here, look for some cool shit. Get out there, do some cool shit of your own. If you got some goals, leave them in the comments, and I will see you later.